They're live. What's up?
Technology, I
The
tell you.
cameras are not working. Are they working? We don't know. Maybe they are.
Not
Maybe
my favorite in the world.
It's okay. Check this out.
Yeah, we're just gonna leave that off.
What's everybody doing? Good.
Oh, cool.
Glad to hear.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
AM 1620, The Worm, coming live from the basement. And those of you guys in the front of us, you're not getting the camera.
No, I'll try to turn it.
So I don't know why this camera's wanting to work, but this is the camera that's wanting to work. So that's what we're dealing with. And so that's what's happening. So, hey, thanks for tuning in. This is the happenings for the week of July 21st.
Bingo.
And
hey, good job. You remember the date.
Thanks. And big shout out to our open jam tonight. It was very special. So I'll just sum it up with that. So 7 to 9 on Monday nights, open jam happens.
Open jam also means open mic.
Yes, it
we
does.
just have a funny title for it.
As a matter of fact,
if you're a poet, if you are a vocal artist, if you play the accordion, if you decide that you want to read a passage from a book, if you want to just do spoken word, like whatever, it's open mic night / open jam. If you play any kind of instrument, want to come listen, want to come participate, want to learn how to play an instrument and have a conversation, it's open for all of that. So I think it's a little of a misnomer, and we've had that conversation.
Yeah. So do we change it to open mic?
I mean, it's been open jam for over 2 years or about 2 years now. So that feels weird. It's just reminding people. I mean, maybe we do, and that will get more, but also maybe not.
How about open jam, open mic?
Yeah. Open night.
Open night. So anyway, thanks for that. And again, hope to see everybody coming out. I appreciate it was cool tonight. So we'll get to the happenings. What's happening in town?
Don't look forward. You
got to look. This is brought to you by
we got technology.
AM 16. No, this is brought to you by Electric Moon 101 East Main Street. Open Wednesday through Saturday, 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. If you tell them the Worm sent you, I heard they give you a little discount.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so anyway,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's just what somebody told me.
Wow, I got to get it in with these investors and board members apparently of Electric Moon, because I have no idea what's going on at our own store. But I love it. I think it's great. It's community minded, so I love that.
Yeah, so
a little bit of a discount for just being a rad Worm listener.
Yes.
Okay.
So, some things just come up naturally.
Yeah,
it's kind of like it's
grassroots.
It's improv jazz.
Okay, improv jazz. No, we don't like that. We don't like that.
All right, well,
okay. Happenings sponsored by Electric Moon.
Yes. So we have Village Council meeting happening tomorrow.
Woo!
7 p.m. Come
have your voice heard.
Have your voice heard.
Knew you were going to say it. Knew it.
Yep.
Knew it.
So anyway, looking forward to that. There's going to be some special guests there because
like
so I don't know if I mentioned about that yet.
Well, just maybe hint at it. Some young members of our community.
Yes, with an idea.
Yep, to make our community better.
Yep.
Love it. So they're going to be there. Maybe they'll have a spot on the agenda. I think it got in soon enough that it could.
It should.
I agree. And if it's not, well, my voice will certainly be heard.
All right.
But either way, they're going to be there. Yeah. So see if they can get in front of the village council to present something.
Yes.
And young people of our community with a brilliant idea. And that's my favorite thing about where we live right now is we've been involved. Many people have been involved. But when our young people want to be involved and do something for the greater good, boy, that just makes my heart so happy.
Different ball game.
Yeah.
Different ball game.
So that's
and they have
exciting.
Incredible energy.
Yeah.
And ideas, and they're very sharp-minded. So if we don't give them a chance to,
have their voice heard,
then
stop
sometimes we lose that ability. So
Tuesday, 7 p.m., 7/22, March. Wow, where am I at? July 22nd.
That's right.
7 p.m.
Village
Tuesday,
Hall.
Village Hall. Okay.
So now, check. Now we're moving on to Wednesday. And my friends, what are we talking about for Wednesday? Of course, we've got some things happening. We've got a busy day. We've got the food pantry. That's Marcellus's own food pantry.
Yep.
We have the daytime hours of 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Stop by. And then the evening hours, 5:30 to 6:30. And I believe that's been going really well too. So the place looks great. Just again, I can't say enough about the guys. You guys know how I feel about that. So that's happening with our pantry on Wednesday. Also on Wednesday, if you happen to be in town, and even if you're not in town, you want to drive to town, or if you're in town, then this is the place to be. I'm telling you right now. They've had a really good turnout so far, and I think it's only going to get better. And so that is, what are we talking about?
Chair yoga.
Chair and mobility yoga, my
Yes.
friends. My friends, this at 3:30 p.m. to 4:30. And that is brought to you by our dear friend Elena. You can reach out to her if you have questions concerning anything. That is Stardust Flow. So that's Stardust Flow yoga at gmail.com.
Stardust Flow yoga at gmail.com.
Correct.
Okay.
So that's what's happening there on Wednesday.
July 23rd.
Yes. The 24th, Thursday, brings us another round of yoga.
Okay. All right.
Another round. And this is, my friends, called Gentle Flow.
Yeah.
And you know what we were talking about when we want to flow?
We want to flow gently.
There you go. So now, if you want this opportunity, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m.
All right.
Now, let me just say this. Sliding scale.
Okay.
$10 to $20.
Okay.
It's just a great deal. It's a great deal. And to be honest with you, if this is not what you're looking for necessarily, and you're looking for something with yoga, Elena has plenty of experience and knowledge to get your plan to be whatever it is that you need. She can.
I mean, hey, we popped by to say hi the other day, and she was in a class.
Yes.
Prolonged or furthering her learning in order to make sure that she's the best at what she does.
Yes.
So
to understand everything and
we have
even more knowledge.
Pretty incredible resources in our little tiny community here. So
yes.
Again, if you're interested in that, the Gentle Flow yoga, I have asked just to make sure, because if you're anything like me, trying something new is really intimidating. And so it's for all experience levels. She will make sure that she caters to your specific needs as best as she can. So if you're new to yoga and want to take it easy and not be super experienced, she can cater to that. If you're professional yoga, she can probably cater to that too. So
we have a question, looks like, coming in, and that question is, does she do private yoga?
Potentially.
And I guess that's a potential, but that we will get back with the answer for that.
Yeah.
But that's an excellent question.
Yeah, I agree. My suspicion is yes. The scale might be a little bit different, but we can certainly ask and then bring that back.
And this is all at Patch and Remington.
Correct. 115
did not mention
East Main.
where this is located. 115 East Main Street.
That's right.
That's where the classes are held. Same place that Eucharist happening on Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Correct. So that's Thursday.
Thursday. Now what are we getting to? We're getting to Friday. Why are we getting to Friday? Because everybody loves Friday. And you know what everybody else loves? Legos.
Oh,
so why not? Let's put that together.
Technically, honey, wait, time out. It's not Legos. It's Lego. Even if you're referring to it in the plural, it's Lego. I feel like you've watched Lego Master enough to know it's Lego.
I just don't
not Legos.
I just don't care enough to worry about that.
Oh, okay.
So
okay,
I just I call
you
it,
just have announcements to give.
You call it what you want.
Lego,
but as far as
Legos.
I'm concerned, I think they're great. They're excellent for your brain and brings all kinds of people together. And so I'm all for it. I just might fuck up the announcement. That happens sometimes. So anyway, what do we have? Lego at the library.
Hey, thank you. Good job.
That's right. That's what's happening. And that's 3 p.m. to 4:30 Fridays. So not just this Friday, but every Friday.
For the rest of the summer?
Pretty much. I think so. And maybe even the but that's happening.
Okay.
That's Friday. That's at our lovely library.
Okay. Yeah.
Check it out. 205 East Main Street, I believe, is the address for there. I will say this. I'll tell you. I'll do you one up better. If you have any questions, reach out to the Marcellus Library at 269-646-9654. I would like to speak of something real quick as far as at the Information Highway Place.
The library?
That's right.
Okay. All right. Like this. This is like the internet, but analog.
Yeah.
Okay. Love it.
In August, coming up. So it's not far off, but I just want to mention this, okay? Because this is kind of important for people just to know it is happening. Okay. The month of August, we're having STEM-a-thon in August for ages 7 to 10.
Okay.
I will, as we get closer, bring a little bit more about what each kind of there's 4
I
different.
saw it. I read them all. I was stoked for this.
I just didn't want to it's a lot to go.
I know.
So just to mention it's happening. So ages 7 to 10 years old. Again, this is happening. Again, questions 269-646-9654. If you asked or talk to Patty or anybody up there, tell them you heard this on the radio station, The Worm.
They'll give you a discount to check out a book. It'll be free. Check out a book.
Yeah, but Patty might go, thank you for sharing that. That is awesome. We're just good to hear the feedback. That's all. Okay. You don't have to tell us.
You need the cookie?
No, I don't need a cookie at all. I just like to, see if anybody ever hears it and goes, I'll go say
I think I know somebody who will call.
All right. Okay. Yeah, maybe so. So a couple things. Now, that's got kind of what's happening for the week.
For this week.
This week. Yeah. So that wraps up. Yeah, that wraps up. Brought to you by Electric Moon. 101 East Main Street.
You were expecting me to finish. I'm sorry.
Monday, no. Wednesday through Saturday, 3 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay, you guys, we do know what we're doing, I swear.
So anyway, okay. So now what we want to talk about for just a couple minutes.
Upcoming stuff.
Trivia, which is usually the third Saturday of the month.
Yes.
This past Saturday when we were having it, we kind of experienced a little question.
No,
concern.
There's like a little hiccup.
Yeah, to where it was brought to the attention, and we kind of all realized at the same time, I guess, that the third Saturday falls when Bluegill Frolic's happening.
Yep.
And some people were like, "Well, we should just do it, and maybe we'll get some." And then it's like,
Well, here's the thing: if we were still having the frolic on Main Street,
we would,
where we have that foot traffic, we have that crowd downtown. It would be well worth doing it the same weekend because there would be lots of participation. It's another thing to do that weekend. But because the frolic is being held out at the old football field, it's too far away from town where we experienced this last year. We didn't get any frolic foot traffic downtown at all.
We didn't even know what was happening.
We were deader than dead downtown because it's been moved over there. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. It's just
what it is.
We have to work with what we have in our little community, but it definitely wouldn't work for us to hold it. We'd have an empty room, I think. So
in light of that, trivia, we were going to move it up 1 week or back 1 week, but with scheduling at Patch and Remington, it was just conflict in scheduling, and so it couldn't work out. So we had either the beginning or end. The end of the month is a holiday weekend,
Labor Day.
So that's probably not going to be a good shot. So we went with, because we have some people that they're wanting to bring extra.
Let's face it, we've got some reigning champs that really want to keep that title. Yeah. We have some, again, you were about to say it, some other folks that have family coming into town that they really want to see the event because it's really fun. You guys that haven't come, you're missing out.
Yeah.
We make it a lot of fun.
Yeah, don't be such lazy asses.
Exactly. Come on, this is a $5 event.
Yeah,
you can't get it, and it's 2 hours of entertainment.
And there's all kinds of stuff,
and it's funny and
laughs are free.
So August 2nd
at 7
p.m. Standard Time.
Still Saturday. It's just the first Saturday of this upcoming month
instead of the third. Exactly.
So we get it bam. So we want to throw that out there because it's going to happen quickly.
Listen, straight out of Sally. Don't judge these next questions.
Yeah.
Don't judge it.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of time to prepare.
Yeah. I might even we might reverse it here. I might do the questions and you do the music. So
that means we're gonna have a lot of duplicates. So I'll be happy with that.
Everybody better up their info on drums, Ozzy, and the Grateful Dead. And so and I'll probably throw something in there to do with ranch.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So that's happening there.
August 2nd,
7 p.m.
Saturday.
And And then the next thing I want to kind of just mention again, Food for the Soul, coming up September 13th, 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. Or if the party's going, sounds like we're going to keep partying.
Yep.
But it's a fundraiser for the Marcellus Food Pantry. There will be live music. There will be a silent auction. There will be raffles with things going to you that day.
Yes.
The raffle.
Yep.
So not you don't wait and get it and you're carrying
Must
it out.
Be present to win.
Yep. But I want to mention, and we'll talk a little bit more as we're getting closer on that, because we got some pretty good response so far, and we're looking forward to sharing some of the details and everything. But I want to mention this idea that we've kind of come to with the pre-funk for the Food for the Soul. So the Food for the Soul is going to start at 6 p.m. at Patch in Remington. That's 115 East Main Street. But across the street a little bit at Mr. Todd Snyder and Mrs. Billy Joe Snyder, their lovely place, they have the end of summer kind of party. And so we've they wanted to be a part of it and everything. Yep. So we found a way to kind of make this kind of work maybe for everybody. So what we're saying is it's going to be a pre-front from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. And in that time,
no, not 10 p.m. because our event's at 6
4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Woo! You're like amateur hour tonight. Wow.
So 4
p.m.
to 6 p.m.
Yes.
And in that time, we would love if you would bring 2 canned goods.
Okay.
And if you
to Todd and Billy Joe's.
There's going to be a box set up. I already talked to the food pantry.
Okay.
We're going to have a big box. We're going to bring them, toss them in the box.
Okay.
And then there will be raffle tickets that Todd and Billy Joe will have at their place.
Okay.
To where when you make 2 cans, you get a raffle ticket.
Awesome. Love it.
And then that enters you into the drawings for these items.
Yep.
Yes. So if you bring 4 cans, you get 2 tickets or whatever. So, but 2 tickets equals, 2 canned goods equals one ticket. Raffle ticket.
So you could potentially get in there, and hey, if you get there and have a couple, and then you get to the event and you buy a couple more, that's just buy, but you get a couple more raffle tickets, then you have better chance of getting those prizes.
Yes. So, and it's for a great cause. Yeah. This is just another way for people that if you don't have the monetary kind of fund, then maybe you have the ability you have extra canned goods or maybe whatever. We just want everybody. We just want everybody to feel like they can be a part of this and somehow. It doesn't matter what you're bringing. We just love the energy, and that's what we're hoping to have, and hoping this can be a yearly thing. So again,
plus I really appreciate that Todd offered. He reached out and offered and said, "Hey, I do this party every year anyway."
Yes.
So it started out as a party, but you're probably going to get couple drinks over there, maybe some snacks beforehand. Yep. So it's your typical backyard party.
Yep.
And then y'all can mosey on over just right across that parking lot, straight over to the event and finish out the night with good company. I think it's going to be a great atmosphere where people are going to be feeling good.
Definitely.
So I'm excited about it for sure.
I would like to give Todd a big shout out because on last Thursday, the day before Blake Terrell's re-grand opening, 5 generations. We'll talk about that in a minute. But on that Thursday, we did a load in and sound check and everything. And Todd came over and kind of gave a big helping hand there to T-Bone and myself to get
set it all up.
So big shout out to Todd. He's really great
about that. I swear. He should get volunteer of the year because he just pitches in wherever he can.
Yeah. So I want to acknowledge that. Yep. And speaking on, I think we should maybe talk about
Well, how about we do a little quick recap? Because I just want to talk about last week in general. Felt like a really great week for things happening. So circle back to, we'll just start with the weekend, I guess, because that's easiest. Me and I popped by the library.
Oh, yeah.
And a rock for Lyra for the Blue Hill Frolic. So the premise is people that came down and painted rocks, those are going to be hidden at the Frolic. And there will be one of those rocks that's designated with winner on the bottom of it. And if you find that rock while you're at the Frolic, you can turn it into the booth and get a little prize for it. So
brilliant.
Yeah. So it just was a fun little event that Lyra hosted. When I say Lyra, we're talking about another kid in our community that's doing her part to just pitch in how she can.
100%.
So she spent her own time, a couple hours down at the library last week,
Yep.
supervised, arranged the paint, had the rocks ready to go. Very professional setup. I just couldn't have been prouder of that kid. And so that was really fun. So me and I did that. And then, of course, your sound check and all that good stuff. That was just fun to hear you guys downtown on a random night, just testing it all out and like looking at this big tent going, ooh, something big's going to happen here at some point soon. But then, yes, as we circle into the main event of the week for Marcellus was definitely Terrell's grand reopening. So we've been saying Blake, but I just do really want to call out that Blake is the 5th generation. Yes. His sister, and his dad, I just read the article today, are all partners at this generation's era. So of course his dad would have been 4th generation, but instead his dad, because, let's face it, Ron lived a really long time. And so his dad, himself, and his sister are all partners in this venture. Blake is the face, essentially, because he gets a lot of the publicity. He's there most often. But there are other people involved in this situation that are making it happen, aside from the people that work there every day, etc. So I just wanted to kind of call that part out since I read the article and I realized, oh, there's a partnership there that we should at least acknowledge. But you guys rocked it. You guys were really good. I got a real cute video that Mia took of Jimmy and I dancing to one of your songs, and that's really fun. Yeah. And you had a super fan, which I loved. I have no idea who she is, but she pretty much recorded almost every song and loved it. So I chit-chatted with her for a minute, so that part was awesome. But aside from that, 250, 300 people total in and out.
Blake kind of mentioned to me that it was 310, I think is what the final count was. That
yeah, they had 250 worth of tickets, but then of course after the food ran out, they allowed people to kind of come and go. So yeah, good turn. I mean, considering if we really think about this, just our village within the limits is 1,100 people. Yeah. So obviously not everyone is from our village. We might have some township folks or folks from other cities nearby or towns nearby, but still.
A lot of locals.
That's a lot of folks that came over for this thing. Food was great. Drive-through queue. Got to give them a shout out. They were working so dang hard. Another local company. It's just family owned. Bust their butts. Got us good food. Mia loved the mac and cheese. She got double mac and cheese.
Yep.
She had the pulled pork, was great. I had a Philly cheesesteak or new brat flavor for them I hadn't tried yet. It was great. We had our little neighbor kid helping out, handing out cookies. So it was really just a neat thing to see of like so community. Much people from different facets and walks of life just all pitching in together to make this thing happen, to celebrate a staple in our community. We had Final Gravity Brewing. We had St. Julian's Winery. We had Longship Brewing. So we're talking Decatur, Pawpaw, Lawton. And then we had Cattywampus Craft Sodas, and they're out of Holland. And so we had some vendors there that you got samples and then could purchase drinks. I don't think a lot of people knew this, but any of the proceeds that were above and beyond for the alcohol sales were actually donated to Pastor Remington to support another business in our community.
A nonprofit even.
A nonprofit. Yes, I shouldn't say another business. A nonprofit in our community. So this is what makes us freaking great, this little town. Something like this, where it really draws us all and pulls us all together. So,
and it was cool to see Dane with the I guess the butcher knife is what it is. I don't know, like but
a cleaver is probably what it was, a meat cleaver,
and giving that and making the speech and giving that to passing it to Blake. And I was just like, man, I think he said it was 105 years old. I think is what they said.
That makes sense. So, because it was, you've got Dane's dad, who we knew. But then his dad ran it. And his dad before him ran it. That's incredible.
That's incredible.
Like, crazy. The history.
And how our paths crossed here, and now we had some kind of like interaction. And also, to be honest with you, they've supplied me for the past couple weeks with produce, to where I pretty much just got it from there.
Well, almost all of our groceries this last month have been exclusively from Terrell's.
So good job. Shout out there.
And to be honest, I also want to just say this part really quick. A lot of people think, oh, I've got to go to Aldi. I've got to go to Walmart. I've got to go to Meijer, which Meijer, a lot of people think is expensive, and I understand that. But when it comes to produce and meat, specifically, those two pieces specifically, I think Terrell's is right in line with Aldi, Walmart, Meijer, right? Between those three, you're pretty much right in line where it doesn't cost you any more to go to that little market to get those two things specifically. Now, the canned goods, the pastas, maybe some of those pieces are a little tiny bit more expensive, but it's also not their bread and butter, so to speak. And so they don't sell as much of that. Therefore, they have to kind of mark it up a little bit more. But it's not tremendously more expensive in most cases.
They're cod. I get the cod from there. And
it's $10, and it's enough to feed three of us for one full meal with whatever. For $10, and it's decent cod. Hell, I got a full bag of shrimp that was like almost 2 pounds worth of shrimp for like $11. Right. Frozen, yes, but it's still shrimp. Shrimp is shrimp. So my point is a lot of people go, oh, it's going to cost me more. But when you really look at the things that are what you're buying the most of and what's the best for you, it's really not. And that's the thing that's incredible to me is somehow he's managed to keep the prices of those two things really, really comparable to big box stores. And so that part is amazing. And I just want to call that out. Local. Organic in a lot of cases, and it's not even labeled as such. It's just that's who he's working with. And these are things that I don't think are called out enough in small communities, that people make the assumptions that they're more expensive or ready-made food is cheaper. But in reality, they do a really, really good job of making sure it's affordable. I mean, pound of ground beef for $5. Sometimes it's $6. I'm guessing that's just depending on their supply and demand. That's cheaper than Meijer. It's cheaper than Walmart, or maybe the same as Walmart, but still, and it's always choice meat.
Better.
Blake and I were talking about it. It's like 92%, not fat. So that's the other thing is it's really good quality, and I think that's important to call out for folks is if they're worried about shopping there. I'm not saying you go buy your whole house worth of groceries because again, some of those canned goods are maybe a little bit more expensive, but the basic and the good stuff is not. It's not. And their beer, it's same. The beer, their wine, it's not overpriced. It's not. And those are things that I know we consume a lot of in our community as well. And so
I guess the way to sum this up, this vegetarian here, he endorses the meat department.
Well, you see how much this carnivore goes through from there. So I know. Man, how every time ooh, I love this.
Blood running out.
I know we ranted a little bit on that, but it's just, I think it's important sometimes to call out the things that we think people know. Yeah. Because sometimes they don't. Yeah. I think, And that's the other thing is I just want to say this part and then I'll be off the rant. I promise, is that don't forget, not only are you helping support Blake's family and Dane's family and Blake's sister McKenna's family, right? Not only are you helping to support those folks, you're also helping to support all of those young folks that work at that store.
Lily, Dustin.
Yeah, I don't even know all their names, but I can tell you that every time I go in there, they all act like we know each other and that we're friends. It's always courtesy, respect, kindness, and they all know their stuff and they're all doing everything. So when I think about that, I go, these are first jobs for some folks. They're gaining life skills. They're gaining experience. As Blake was saying, a lot of them have learned how to do some of the meat cutting and the butchering and the stuffing of broths. These are skills that they're getting. But aside from that, we're helping support their families. And that's really incredible when you think about it. It's not like you go to a big box store. You go, I'm just giving this mega corporation money. These are real people that you can look in the face every single day and know that you're making a difference in their life. And that, how do you put a dollar amount on that?
Yep, I love that. I think it's important that following up with something like that with something important.
Okay.
And so, I mean, in my world, I need to give a big shout out to a good buddy of mine and a good human in our community, Mr. George Marple.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. George, he ran sound for the Whispering Pines this past Friday night and did a tremendous job. And I just wanted to thank the sound man for that kind of stuff, and just also being out in the community and
Yeah.
being out and about. And
let's talk about Mr.
So-
Markle for a second. So he is, first of all, tech savvy as all get out. He's an engineer by trade. He has a day job like most of us. He is a council member. He is a planning commission member. He is an artist. So there's 4 essentially job titles that he has, that he does on the regular. So he has put together classes for Patch and Remington. He's at almost every single fundraising event, community event at Patch and Remington. He is learning, I'll say, George, if you're listening, I mean this in the best and kindest way, learning to be as outspoken as he can be. He's definitely oppositional, and he's definitely grasping the concept of, I'm going to be outspoken. And I love that, because it takes a lot of courage in a little community. And then again, just as you said, all around good human. So using his day job skills, he offers his time to help with things like this. So not only was he down there on Friday night to make sure you guys sounded rocking and awesome, which you did, but he was down there Thursday night for a couple of hours, making sure it was all ready to rock
that's
and
why I
roll.
wanted to give him a big shout out.
No payment.
I tried to give him money. He wouldn't take it.
Of course he wouldn't. Of course he wouldn't. But that's what we do, right? In this little community. So this is what we're talking about when we say there's not enough volunteers. We rely on each other's skill sets to make this all work. And that's a classic example of someone who had the skill set and can fill a need. And it's like, no. This is me giving back. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And I agree.
Yeah.
And, for that matter, even though I think George deserves a ton of kudos, his wife, Angela, same thing. It's much like you and I. And for everything that you're out doing, there's also that person that's at home supporting that or following you and doing that event with you. And so Angela was right there in the mix too, just there supporting her husband and listening to the good music, and had a couple, bites
Beverages.
to eat. I don't even know if she had beverages, but a couple bites to
She
eat.
has sampled something. I don't know if it was the soda.
Okay.
But like there was because they were talking about
But
how
she was just there. You
Yeah.
could tell, like, I'm just
Yeah.
here to support George and like support the band and be here for the community.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot too in our community. For
Yeah.
every outspoken out there person, there's generally somebody at home or outspoken for them and not necessarily out in the community. And so she deserves her credit too, because George puts a lot of time and effort into being educated and making sure he understands laws in order to make the right decisions for our council and for our planning commission. And so that's super undervalued, I think, also of the time that's spent behind the scenes to come at problems and decisions with information and knowledge. Hell, that's a hell of a lot more than I can say about most of our council members. Most of them are just there winging it during that meeting. Not him. He's making sure he does all the research beforehand. And so, yeah, I agree. That's a really good shout out for him.
Thanks. I think so too. I'll
blabber on about like all the things I'm super passionate about.
I mean, I think it's been good to see the ladies out in the neighborhood and the community cutting their.
Oh, we're going back to the lawnmower ladies?
Grasses and everything for a minute. Just wanted to acknowledge it. It's still happening. I didn't want people to think that had gone away or anything. It's just, I mean, it's just as dominant.
If we go back to our old episodes that you're talking about, you're circling back around to that.
Yeah, just an update.
So I had this idea.
What happened to the lawnmower ladies?
Okay, I had this idea. I am pretty well mentally exhausted with implementing new things, but maybe next year. Want to just throw it out there. So we've got a few parades that are happening in our town throughout the year. And that pattern and that trend of all the ladies in Marcellus, for some reason, everyone that mows their lawn with a riding lawnmower seems to be a female of some kind. So again, just within our 1 block radius, every household, the woman mows the yard. And so I think it'd be super fun to have like a lawn mowing ladies parade entry where we all just ride our riding lawnmowers in the parade.
Yeah, I love it.
Like every woman who mows their lawn. And as I've been putting around on my scooter throughout town, I haven't really ventured, honestly, to the south side of town too much. And so as I've had the scooter. I go through that route quite a bit. And man, our town is really cute. But there's a couple of really big lots on that side of the town. And I noticed the same thing over there. All those gals are out there just mowing their lawns. So I think we all need therapy is what it looks like to me.
And maybe that's what it is.
That's
maybe
what
it is therapy.
It's just quiet, and you only have one thing to focus on. No, because everyone has their headphones on that I noticed.
Saving their ears.
Or Miss Carol wears like the
big giant
noise canceling things. She's not listening to music like I do, but
she's probably listening to the weather
or the gospel. But I do feel like it's just relaxing, and it's literally one thing.
Yeah, it looks like
wow.
It just had to happen that way.
No,
hey,
we're back.
That commercial was brought to you by Electric Moon at 101 East Main Street.
It probably never went away. We just couldn't see it. But anyway, my point is, maybe that's why women like to mow the lawn. It's because I know this is hard to relate to, but I'll say it. Women have a lot of pressure on them of being money makers and being moms and being the housekeepers. And I'm not saying that that's what happens in our house, because it's not, but a lot of women have that where they have to wear multi hats and they have to be perfect at it all. There's no room for you to say it's too much in the woman's world. I know it sounds shitty, but that's just, there's a lot of that happens. So I feel like the lawn mowing is very much like I only have this one thing to think about. I don't have to make any other decisions and just have to focus on getting those rows. And it's an hour of my day that I can listen to an audiobook, or I can listen to a podcast or songs. And that's why it's therapy. I don't have to answer to anybody else. I don't have to give my opinion on anything. That's my guess why women like to do it. But I do think it'd be fun to have like this little ladies lawn mowing society that just put around in all the parades that we have. Decorate our lawnmowers.
I wish we're not going to be in town for the frolic parade. I wish we could do that.
Yeah. I think it'd be really fun. So that's on my
maybe we should do
agenda for next year.
Maybe we should do
one of those together.
I'll talk to people later. Maybe we'll. I don't know.
The lawn mowing ladies.
Maybe they can be. I don't know. We'll have to see about this stuff.
So yeah, these ladies are out here just mowing them lawns.
Well, I love it. I think that's a good place to end.
Okay, lawn mowing ladies.
Yeah, I mean, I just they're out there doing the thing. So if you're ever bored and you want to go check out something, ride over to town and just check out the lawnmower ladies.
Yeah, just check how many you see, female
Yeah.
versus male.
Yeah,
riding lawnmowers, mowing their lawns. I think it's disproportionately high in this town.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're not a great hub of gathering data here, but I think it's disproportionately high, where it's definitely more women than men are mowing their lawns.
Well, I do know that there's two gentlemen, but they use push mowers.
Well, that's because their lawns are really small.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. Yeah. So,
well, and
it goes back to what you're saying, though.
Or maybe it goes back to women are just more likely to relax on a riding lawnmower than actually do the work. Because if we had to push mow our lawn, you bet your ass I would say, nope, that's your job. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be like, you're out there doing that.
That's interesting.
So I'm not gonna lie. Like, I would not want to push mow our entire yard.
That's what they used to do.
Oh, I know. I'm being honest in this situation.
Yeah, you're not having to. It's almost like me ever getting to cut the yard.
With the riding lawnmower. Yeah, no, that's her job. That's her job.
Nope. I thought for twice. I've asked twice since we moved here.
Oh, no, I got it.
I said, would you like me to? I said one time, would you like me to finish mowing the lawn? And she said, no. Anyway, that's what they said. Thanks for tuning in to AM 1620, The Worm. And like they said,
me is all grown up.
And
I can't even hear it.
And
To you live from Joe's basement.
Bye.
See ya, kids. It's been great. We got to go.
Why didn't you tell me that was Rat Boys?